Hello there, how are you? Welcome back to Profneel. It's a pleasure. The magnificent, irrepressible Arikomban. It is said that the Thrissur, residents of Thrissur town of Kerala, love elephants the most among all Kerala residents, or among all Malayalis, or all Keralites. And they prove it, I believe, by, that's what I hear, by showcasing that with the Thrissur Pooram event. The event at the temple event at the Vadakenathan temple in the middle of the Thrissur round, where about 32 caparisoned elephants representing various temples are standing there for hours on end in the midday heat in the month of April. So that is their way of showing that they love elephants. Imagine 30 to 35 caparisoned elephants standing in that space, and it's a sea of humanity there with devotees, tourists, because this is a Kerala tourism calendar event, vendors, media, police, you name it, everybody's there. The Panjavadyam, the traditional Kerala instrument band, the traditional band, string band, and the percussion band, instrument band of Kerala, there. And with the sun blazing away in the month of April, these poor things are made to stand in one place for hours on end because they're carrying the deity on there. No, here in Thrissur, they're carrying they keep changing the parasols on top of the elephant, and that's supposed to be a competition, and that's supposed to be the main thing, the USP of this Thrissur Pooram, using elephants to please the Lord, because they represent the temples. So temple management owns them, but they stand there for hours on end in that heat, midday heat of April. Is this love for elephants or a euphemism for cruelty? For stark cruelty. Because you and I would know how it is standing there for 2 hours in the midday heat of April in one place without a roof on your head. This is in strict contrast, and these elephants are, you see them and you get depressed because their the skins are wrinkled, it's hanging out, and the poor things actually depressed. They're such wonderful beings, and they're subject to captivity, shackled and fettered mentally since they're young calves. Since they're young calves, there is this Mahut who's known as Papan in Malayalam. He's the one who trains them from. So they are with him. They fear the stick, which is hit on the tendermost part of their trunk. So they get to fear the trunk. They don't realize that as they grow big, they don't realize the weight. And another thing that is said in Kerala, that's why didn't give the elephants the ability to to look behind. If they see behind them, they'll know their weight. But the day the elephant realizes that he's big, you can hear reports of how he's kicked his mouth to death. He's either gored him to death with his tusks or trampled him to death. These elephants suffer at the hands of these organizers, these mahouts. And there's no great camaraderie as it displayed between the mahout and the elephant. It's basically a fear factor, nothing more. The elephant would have been far more happier in the jungle. In Guruvayur, for example, the most magnificent the elephant is given the honor of carrying the deity, parading the deity around. So my question, in contrast to all these wrinkled skin, old decaying elephants, is Arikomban, 38 years old, a bull elephant, 11 feet tall, magnificent, 5 tons weight. And that's a huge weight, humongous. Why don't they take him to carry the Lord? Why don't they use him in Thrissur Pooram? They love elephants so much. And that's where the hypocrisy of the elephant lovers is seen. Arikomban, in contrast to those who are in the Thrissur Pooram and other telephone festivals, controlled by men, is keeping the forest, the police, the fire and rescue, and the revenue department officials of not only Kerala but Tamil Nadu also. And very soon Karnataka may join in because they need to control him before the southwest monsoon lashes. Because he is in that area where is a tri-junction of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala, and where he might head to, nobody knows. He's a king in his own habitat, like all elephants. Arikomban, the Malayalam name for him, Ari meaning rice, because he's got a penchant to eat rice. He raids ration shops and households in his area, in that area, and he just gobbles up all the rice. That's all that he does, nothing more. So simplest thing would have been to leave some rice everywhere he's there, wherever he's there, and he would be harmless. But no, the human beings want to control him, want to catch him, want to capture him, want to show him that they're the boss. They will not allow him to live the way he's supposed to live as per nature. He was once a member of a herd, but now he's on his own. He's called a rogue elephant because he apparently attacks human beings who comes in his path. He doesn't go out of his path to attack human beings. He only attacks human beings to defend his turf who comes into his path. He's unfettered, he's unshackled, he's free, he's living free. He was first tranquilized with great difficulty at the Chinnakanal district area of Kerala in Idiki. Chinnakanal area of Idiki district was translocated. He was tranquilized with a huge dosage. Come on, five ton weightage and 11 feet tall elephant would need a huge dosage of tranquilizer. With the assistance of the Kumki elephants, pushed into a truck, translocated to the Periyartigerreserve, 84 kilometers away. Now, why am I mentioning the kilometers? It's very important in contrast to those elephants at Pooram, Thrissur Pooram. He was radio collared. They had put a radio collar on him when he was tranquilized. And from the Periyar Tiger Reserve, that is a natural the path, the elephant path that they follow. The elephants use that path always. He suddenly went on his own. He started walking towards Meghamalai in Tamil Nadu, which is 80 kilometers away. Translocated 84 kilometers by truck, and now he walks 30 kilometers. But that's the way elephants are. They are meant to walk, and they love to walk long distances. But instinct now this is where the contrast with the elephants at Thrissur Pooram comes in. They made to stand for hours on end, stand in the midday sun. And here is this elephant who's walking in the jungle, on, in the jungle earth, which will be soft to his feet, and he knows his ways about. And why is he a rogue? And he's a rogue elephant. Or is he a rogue elephant, or are we rogue human beings? But one day, the might of human beings, Arikomban too shall be captured, shackled, or killed maybe. And that'll be a very sad day because I wait for because I always look at the film, I always keep in reference to context the film. The beautiful film is a fantasy, of course, it's a dream. The film with brothers, that film with two tigers, and when the wild one comes in touch with, connect with his younger sibling who's separated from at birth from in the jungle, and they both combine their strengths to escape into the jungle. Likewise, I wait for the day when Arikomban is brought to Thrissur Pooram and he leads them out of there into the jungle, the 32 elephants. And I'd love to see that scene. It'll be beautiful. Imagine 32 elephants walking out. I mean, nobody in this world can stop them then. In the final analysis, it is man who's the rogue, not the wild animals. And it needs an Arikomban to remind us of that again and again. whenever we are, whenever there's a human animal conflict. Remember Arikomban, and you think you remember you realize it is man who's rogue, not them. The why don't the my question to the Thrissur residents, who love elephants, why don't they parade Arikomban in Thrissur? They love elephants, and he's the most magnificent of the beasts. And then we can have the ending of the film Tigers there, maybe. But why do they need elephants? It's not mandated in the scriptures. Anyway, that God has mentioned that He needs. He said what He has said in the Bhagavad Gita. Simple. Anybody who, with love, offers me a drop of water, with and a leaf, with devotion and love, I'll accept it. He doesn't need elephants. It's a money silly. The love for elephants is only a facade because there will be no sea of humanity if there are no elephants. There will be no tourists. There will be no foreign tourists or domestic tourists for keralatourism if there is no elephants. There will be no vendors. There will be no business of the vendors. There will be no cash flowing in for the sponsors and for the vendors and for the businessmen around the areas, the hotels and the primary, the secondary and the tertiary markets. Elephants are needed. Cruelty to elephants are needed to for commercial reasons and not for any spiritual reasons and not for any religious reasons. Why doesn't man stand with the deities on his head for 2 3 hours without moving like he does to elephants? Can he do that? He can't. But he can make others, he can make the elephants do it by chained. And that's the question I'm asking all of you. Why don't we use artificial intelligence? And with elephants made out of wood, they'll do the same thing. It'll be better off rather. We'll have no problems of cruelty, we'll have no problems of the elephants turning rogue, suddenly getting mad in that firecrackers, bursting of firecrackers, the Punjabi music, the sea of humanity. There'll be no deaths, there'll be no problem of any elephant control needed. It'll only, and if it is done in the evenings, we can also have a sound and light show with the elephants and the artificial intelligence. So why don't we think better instead of being cruel to animals? Now, the grandeur shall always be there with the wooden elephants or with the sound and light show in the evening. But we have to remember that God is not pleased with cruelty. He is rather more pleased with compassion and warmth and love towards human beings and to animals. Embrace the twist to enjoy the turn.